So we know that comets begin from the outer solar system, but exactly where? As we look at comets, we can actually split them into three different groups depending on their orbits around the Sun. First, we have what are referred to as the Jupiter family comets. These are ones that have orbital periods less than 20 years. What this means is that they go out to around the orbits of the Jovian planets before returning back towards the Sun. Now, the reason why we refer to these as Jupiter family comets is because their orbits have been highly affected by the Jovian planets. So it is likely that these did not actually form in the region of the Jovian planets. If they had, they likely would have been swept up. Instead, they probably formed out beyond the orbit of Neptune in the Kuiper belt, and then got bumped so they started to have a long elliptical orbit towards the Sun. However, on one of these passes coming in closer to the Sun, they likely had a gravitational encounter with a Jovian planet that tweaked its orbit, so now it is much smaller. So this is why we refer to these as Jupiter family comets. Our second group are the intermediate period comets. These are comets with orbits between 20 and 200 years. Based on how long it is that these comets take to orbit, they must go out to around the Kuiper belt, so just beyond the orbit of Neptune. A great example of one of these is Halley's Comet, which has an orbital period of about 76 years. The last time it was in the inner solar system was in 1984, so it's going to still be a little while before it comes back. The last group are the long period comets. These are ones with orbital periods greater than 200 years. Most of these likely come from the Oort cloud. Now, we've never actually directly imaged the Oort cloud itself, but we hypothesize that it exists to help us explain a lot of these long period comets. So here in this image, we have the solar system. You can see Jupiter's orbit and the Kuiper belt. All of this is contained way down here at the center with this giant ball that is the Oort cloud surrounding everything. Because of how far away these things are, they can take a very long time to orbit around the Sun. One example of this is Comet Hyakutake, which takes 100,000 years to complete one orbit around the Sun. Because of how long it takes to orbit the Sun, it must travel to a distance of around 2,000 AU. In other words, the Oort cloud is really, really far away.